everybody, and welcome to the stream. I hope you are all having a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever the hell you want to call it. I hope it's good for you. It's been certainly very good for me, and I hope it's been good for all of my players. So let's see, Daisy and Kai, how's it been for you?
Daisy.
You mean Mitch and Kai?
Mitch doesn't exist. It's just Daisy.
Oh, it's just
There is
Daisy.
no Mitch.
Yeah.
Only one.
Yeah. When Daisy's around, there is no Mitch. Who is this Mitch you speak of?
It's been good. We're great. You're good?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good job.
Egg salad.
Good. Great for us. We survived. One more day.
One more day, yes. And then how is Svigert?
Svigert is fine. He is concerned greatly for the safety of the princess, but at the same time, he's just fairly sure he's been swept up in some sort of elaborate assassination of the princess. I, Michael, am doing good. I was telling Guy earlier on today that I had a nightmare that I missed the show, and it was like devastating. And then I woke up at 2 a.m. and went, "Yay! I didn't miss it!" And then I went, "Wait, it's 2 a.m."
And Till, how are you?
I will feel a lot better as soon as I know why Sylvie cried out and said, "Watch out!" Because I'm terrified of whatever is coming at Mouse at the moment. But me,
Don't
Till,
worry,
is
I got
fine.
you. I
I'm
have
excited.
a shield in front of you.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
And you have a regular shield as well, just in
know.
case this magical flim-flam doesn't work. Just saying, putting it out there.
And I
Oi.
know that my master will make cool stuff out of me if I fail to
Absolutely.
survive.
You're gonna be reincarnated corpse.
No.
You're gonna be the bones he rolls.
I'm gonna do-
I'll
okay,
use skunk.
and I will give you an honorable death.
There you
An
go. There
honorable
you go. And
warrior.
hopefully you folks in chat are all having a good day. I think all of our scribes are in attendance.
I saw Edward.
And yeah, I see some people saying they couldn't put together the evidence from yesterday. So there we go. It was a tease. I mean, it was all true, but yes, I didn't expect anyone to be able to put it together.
Sorry, John.
But, so there we go. But hey, after today, everything should be as clear as mud, as they say. So let's. Do we need a recap? Do we need a recap? I mean, do you think we need a recap? Do you guys all remember what happened last time? You're down in the sewers. You were having a rather bad day. Certain individuals have forgotten to tell certain things to certain people, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we are.
I think the only other thing we need to know is that we know that someone's doing something, and trying to find out who they are is like trying to nail Jello to a wall.
There you go.
I still think it's Polgár.
It's figured.
I think it's Sylvie herself. I think she's the one. It's been Sylvie the whole time.
It's been Sylvie the whole time. Could be.
Poor mouse.
Could be. All I'm going to ask for as we sink down into these fetid sewers with the strange different coloured lights being cast on various objects and things, we sit into our space. I need you, Mouse, to please give me an awareness check.
Hooray! First roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Here we go.
It was so close to a 12, and then it dropped to a 3. That's a 5 awareness.
5 awareness. All right. And then it will do that. Everybody else is waiting on that to happen. So I'm going to change this around to this way. So that is our order. I'm going first because I didn't roll that low. Then Mouse, then Iona, then Daisy, and then Svigert. Either of the two of you, as a matter of fact, since you are not actually in the room at that moment. Sylvie had just shouted, "Watch out!" And your eyes, Mouse, train across this room, which is now revealed in all of its glory, as this very dark space, but standing there glaring at you is the one known as Polgár, who shouts, "I am not a goat!" And as he does, he pulls all of this magic around himself and just fires this bolt of energy directly at you, shouting, "Sid, he protect me!" as he tries to channel this beam at you. He's acting first, so he is going to spend... Let me just look at this quickly. He is going to spend some points. Are you going to spend any sphere points as this beam is coming towards you? Are you going to try and...
Yes, I will.
Does my magic shield do anything?
Your magic shield is there.
Okay.
I will still spend 2 mental points to assess the situation and try to get out of the way.
All right.
Like to dodge.
This will be a physical resistance check.
And I'll also let you know the shield you currently have has 5 damage absorption. You can break my shield. It's fine.
All right.
Got it. So physical
resistance.
you said.
He pulls everything he can. What'd you get there, Till? Doesn't look...
No, that was terrible. I've got a 4.
A 4. All right, so I'm going to keep track of that. So you got a 4. Your shield was absorbing how much, Kai? I think it was 3.
I don't remember at this point.
I think it was 3. That's what my
Okay.
gut's saying. We'll go with 3.
We'll just say 3.
All right, so 4 plus
So
3 is 7. All right. So I will tell you up front, Polgár is burning 8 points. So he's already 1 over on you.
Oh, shit.
So the roll will determine how much further he goes. But he still has to pass his magic cast in the first place.
He will not.
He's kind of there with the 8.
I know.
All right, here we go. And that's... You got lots of physical points, right, Mouse?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm absolutely
You
fine.
are absolutely fine. You take 11 points of physical damage. So it slams and the magic shield just explodes, knocking out 4 of that 11. The magic shield explodes. Your shield, Svigert, melts under this beam of energy, and that reduces the damage quite significantly. It could absorb how much? 5.
5.
All right. Yeah. So you take 6 points of physical damage as this beam slams in.
Yeah, I will take 5 damage from so it also melts my leather armor away.
Yes.
Which means that I can reduce by 5, and I will take 1 physical damage.
There you go. 1 physical damage. You do see Polgár sway, and blood is pouring from his nose and his ears as he collapses down. And that's what he does. That's what he does. You get to act, Mouse.
Okay. I assume that now I'm smoldering.
Yes.
And my shield is gone, like Svigert's shield is gone, my armor is just last bits of ashes that is falling off of her. And I am absolutely furious. I will pump
Furious Mouse.
Are you a naked mouse right now?
Well, I assume that I still have fur, but it might be
And
singed
pants.
a lot. And pants.
Pants are gone.
Pants are gone.
This is Dragon Ball Z style, shirtless pants.
Just
We
the
see
pants
he's
are
got like
perfectly fine.
we see
My
he's got
master.
like a 6-pack.
My master will make good use of you, scurvy goat.
And I will put 3 points of physical into my bolt.
All
that I
right.
fire at him.
Make your attack.
Yes, I will. So, let me quickly scroll here. That's what did I say? 3 points plus 14.
14. How do you kill Polgár? Because you dealt 7 points to him.
I'm so sad.
Sorry, Edward.
I see him swaying, and blood running out of his nose, dripping over his pretentious goatee, and I will.
Natural.
That's what he tells everyone, but I know that he's. So I will fire my bolt right through his beard into his throat.
He falls backwards, blood spraying up into the air. Sylvie screams.
I will run up to her.
Well, you start running towards her. That's fine. There's a massive desk. You have light with you, that strange green light. So I'm going to move you as in the best
We
direction
don't see
I
the
can.
map,
You don't
you
see
know.
the
We
map.
don't see the map.
Oh, there we go. Map is up. Apologies. So yes, you rush forward. There's this large collection of desks with all kinds of books and lenses, and it's just absolute. This is someone definitely doing lots of research and that sort of thing. As you run over, you can see that there are 3 prison cells. 2 of them are empty, and then Sylvie is in one of them, holding on, looking very, very shaken. She's looking absolutely mortified now that she has seen Polgár bleed to death in front of her eyes. At the far end of the room, opposite to the direction you came running into, you can see 3 very dead people that don't look like they died very long ago. Princess Aona, what are you doing?
I'm going to run in as well. And I'm
Okay.
going to go towards the 3 bodies.
You go rushing in with your pink light towards the 3 bodies. It looks like 3 recent ones. One of them is a bit skeletonic, because that's a new state that one can be in when one looks like a skeleton but is not. The other 2 look like very dead people.
Do I recognize them?
Elderly. You can give me a culture check.
No, that's an after 12 and +1, so 13.
You don't know these people particularly, other than the fact that they are definitely, or were definitely, professors here at the college. You think one might have been in archaeology and the other one possibly geography? You're not entirely sure.
And the skeleton one, can I look to see if there's any remains that look like the leader of the conclave? Because I have sneaking suspicions about him.
You're going to
I'm
go
gonna
in and you're going to start searching. All right, so that's what you're
I'm gonna
doing.
rummage through his body.
You're going to search through his body. Daisy.
He rushes in. He's like, Mouse, are you okay? Where's your clothes? What happened? Speak up, your shield is gone.
The goat burned it off from me, but I survived. I killed it. You can harvest his body now.
You killed him?
Yes, I
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If he's still dying, I'm going to try to keep
No,
him
he's
alive.
dead. He's dead.
Oh,
He's
dead.
dead. He's
Damn.
He's dead. So-
I was wondering, Guy, out of a
Yes.
mechanic standpoint, I have a spell that makes someone completely submissive.
yes.
Is there a way I can revive him pull the bolt out, revive him for 10 seconds, or 3 rounds, just to have a conversation?
He
Super dead?
He
Okay.
went so far into the zeros
Mm.
on all 3 spheres at once. By the way, he was literally on 1 in each sphere, and then he took 7 damage on top of that. So,
Okay.
yeah, he's so very, very dead.
Then if that's the case, I'm going to approach Sylvie, and I'm going to check her for magic.
All right, you start walking towards Sylvie, checking her for magic. Svigert, you're muted.
You're muted, Michael.
Sorry. I'm going to enter, and as I do so, I'm seeing no immediate threat. I'm going to look over the mouse and say, "Very impressive. I've got to admit, I didn't expect it to survive when I saw big flash of light. Come, let me see if I can help you with this."
Your shield was a great help. I'm sorry. It got
Think
destroyed though.
Think nothing of it. Shields are there to be to protect their wielder, much like many of Scandiar warriors. And I'm going to try and, again, perceiving we've got some time, I'm going to try and repair his what remains of his cuirass into maybe a nice crop top.
Your armor took all the damage, right? And there was damage over.
And there was damage over. That was burned
It's
away.
going to take you about an hour, Mike. But it's actually almost at the point where you're like, you know what, I'm actually just going to be making a new one. More than
There
anything.
might be still something on my back though, because I was burned from the
You
front.
can make him a nice armored loincloth, perhaps.
I'll make him an armored loincloth.
All right.
Just some, yeah.
Okay, that's going to take you a while. You start working on that. Back to you, Mouse. We are out of initiative, so anyone can act. Just so that you guys know.
I would also like to go up to Sylvie I think my master was just about to investigate, scan for magic.
That's right.
he
Yes.
said.
11.
There is no magic on Sylvie, but there is a very singular and very unusual thing. There is a skull on your desk, or on the desk, I should say, which seems to be emanating magic. This is highly, highly, highly exceptional.
Okay. Is there a way that I can identify it without triggering it?
Yes, give me a magic check.
16.
You think that this will draw some energy from you, which would make sense when you hold this thing. And quite possibly, because it's on a skull, there may be a communicative capacity or perhaps a visionary option. If you look into the eye sockets of the skull, you're not sure what you would see, but you're fairly certain that that's how it would work.
I do it.
You do it?
You're not gonna lick it first?
Of course.
All
First
right.
thing you look, and then you look through the.
So that's what you're going to be doing. Aona, you
The
were
double L
investigating...
rule of Daisy.
Yeah. You were investigating the corpse that is in the cage, the one that's the most damaged, and what was your search check?
1.
Oh, 1. What's your medicine check?
My medical check, I have +1 to the medica.
Give me a roll.
Okay. That's 5. Oh no, sorry, is that 4 or 7? This is 7. Never mind. 8!
8. This person died about 4 days ago.
And that's just after we got back.
Maybe
We got back
half a
5
day
days
be-
ago.
Sorry, in which case the thing died 5 days ago.
Okay, so it died the day we got back.
Yeah. Or just a little bit before then. It's not a precise dating, but yes, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. Svigert, you're busy working on that leather. Mouse, Sylvie
Oh,
looks at you.
sorry.
She kind of grasps the bars. You saved me. I'm so very grateful that you saved me. Now can you let me out of these bars, please? Because it's absolutely awful and I don't feel like I could be myself while standing and staring at you from behind the bars. And I think I may need to pledge my house to your house now because that's the thing that we need to do. Isn't that a thing in our culture? I'm not entirely sure. You need to tell me right now.
I have the feeling you're okay. I'm happy to know that you're okay. Let me just quickly open the bars for you. And I would like to still do a quick scan, like a psychology check on her,
Sure.
to see if she seems Sylvie. But the smell of Arctic breeze that emanates from her confuses me completely, and I'm just smiling and starting to open the lock.
Okay. Svigert, did you want to say anything?
Your armor is ruined. I need to make a new one. Give me 1 hour.
Right, you're busy working on that. No problem.
If it wasn't overly clear, I would have taken what was remaining of Mouse's armor off him to repair it. So I'm not following him around going, stay still.
This leather is so fresh. It's not leather, it's my skin. Yes. All right, so you are doing that. Daisy, you grip the skull. Please give me a mental resistance check as you grip it. It starts to draw energy from you.
1 second. And then that's the motion. 12.
12. It tries to pull from you, but you realize that you can sort of almost clamp down and you kind of contract your muscles and you can hold your magic back.
Mm-hmm.
And after a moment, it stops trying to pull from you and it also seems to relax whilst you're holding it.
It knows a god's touch, obviously. I look through its eyes as best I can.
Okay.
See if I can see anything.
All right. As you look through its eyes, you get the sense that you are going to have to infuse it with some kind of magic. So you will need to spend directly sphere points to activate this thing.
In terms of mechanically, how many would I have to spend?
You're not sure. You think maybe 1 or 2.
I'll do it.
All right. You're going to spend 1?
Yeah, I'll spend it.
Okay. As you do that, there is this... it feels like your eyes are stretching for just a second, as if your actual eyeballs are stretching forward. And then suddenly this tunneling effect seems to warp around you for just a moment. And then you're in this very large room. Wonderful, beautiful yellow stone walls with the most intricate mosaic work you've ever seen in this repeating hexagonal pattern. Almost like a comb, a honeycomb kind of pattern of just this brilliant red and gold and lapis lazuli color work. And it looks like there's hexagonal doors all over the place, but some are in unusual places, like 6 or 7 foot above the ground, and look as if it's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. There is a figure who is approaching. It looks like they're approaching you, but you assume they're approaching whatever this skull connects to.
Do I get the indication that these figures are aware of me, or
You think so? Because whatever it was, for a moment, it looked like it was very tall and gangly, with this large brain. And then it kind of turned and everything seemed to... Maybe it was a mirage. Maybe it was because it was in shadow. Maybe it's because of all the lighting.
That's absolutely what it was, Guy. You're absolutely correct.
There we go. It steps forward this elf individual.
The one I saw before.
Mm-hmm.
We meet again. I keep finding you in the strangest places.
Before he responds, Aona,
Yes.
are you doing anything else now that you...
I'm going to go up to Svigert and Mouse and say, I think we should head and escort Sylvie back to the other students and come up with a plan to keep them safe. I don't like that they're all gathered with no protection, especially with the faculty possibly compromised.
Sure, Princess, let me just get Sylvie out of that cell first.
Of course.
You realize that the cells are all controlled by a lever to your... just behind you. You pull the lever and the cell opens. Sylvie leaps out. And unless you don't want her to, she's going to launch herself into your arms, Mouse.
Well, I will be standing there completely paralyzed, but I will accept it.
Sylvie shows her gratitude how she speaks. There are little oticuses all over your head, and somehow she gets around and over you, and she's under your arm, and then she's on your back, and she is just thank you. There's this ball of otter is just all over.
It was an utterly pleasure to help you, fair lady.
Spigot rolls his eyes.
Yeah. Daisy takes 5 spear damage.
It's just too much happiness. All right.
Fiona is just like, oh, so cute. All right, let's get up to the students.
Mouse, are you going to escort Sylvie out?
I would, yeah, only if the full group leaves. So I wouldn't be stupid enough to just go out with her alone, but I would wait until the group assembles and then.
Aona, are you going to lead the charge out?
Once Daisy starts moving.
All right.
Maybe I'll just start moving. If he walks with the thing attached to his face, maybe.
That's pretty normal.
Sleepwalking.
You're going to try and move Daisy with the head gear on?
I don't know if he can move with it or not.
He seems to be able to move.
Okay, I'm going to start I'm just going to make him sleepwalk or whatever he does.
Daisy, I need you to give me a mental resistance check, please. Actually, not a mental resistance, a physical resistance check.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you ever have the wonderful joy of early VR headsets where you're moving around and the screen is lagging and suddenly your eardrums tell you that you're falling over, but your stomach tells you that you're actually going up, whilst at the same time your brain is like, we're actually going forward here, folks. And your entire body attempts to go in 3 directions at once? Yep, there's a convulsion from Daisy as you drop the skull because you're retching your body. It literally felt like you were being moved across the universe by the hand of God, while simultaneously punched in the guts.
Why did you? Oh, hang on. Oh, not there. Oh, okay. No.
We need to go.
Okay.
Take your skull with you.
Svigar, carry me.
Take your skull with you.
Is there like a broom or something?
There are lots and lots and lots of books and scrolls. There are dead bodies. There are no brooms.
All right, I'm going to use my axe, and I'm going to use the hook of it to sort of snag the back of his jacket, like underneath like a belt or a strap, and then just sort of almost like a bindle, basically carry him over my shoulder.
All right.
I accept this.
I'm going to use my bag to grab the skull because I don't want to touch it myself because I don't know what happened.
As he does this, and
Yes.
kind of after a moment, I'm going to take off my shield.
Right.
I'm going to strap it onto him.
You're going to need this more than me.
Don't worry. If ever I need shield, I use you.
On the way out,
Yes.
does anything in this room look rather valuable?
Ancient tomes are worth a fortune. There is a rather unusual thing. I'm going to move everybody out except for you and young Sylvie. In the very center of the desk is this very large. It looks like a plate of glass with a bronze or brass outer casing.
That's fine. I take it.
It's very heavy. And
Oh.
as you lift it up, you realize that it completely magnifies whatever's underneath it. So that writing, it almost looks like it's been done with a paintbrush rather than with a very fine quill pen. It's a very big magnifying lens.
Master, take a look at this.
I unhitch myself from on the axe and I kind of stumble over.
Well, you'd be
If I
still
can.
facing the same way if I was going in
Yeah.
that
Oh,
direction.
perfect. Then I'd be like, lower, Svigar, lower. So I go, like kind of like almost Mission Impossible over the text.
Do I still
Yeah,
have the writing from one of those shopping lists?
Did you keep that? No, I would assume you gave
Because
those notes.
we found 2 of them, didn't we? Because
Yes.
one was a receipt.
Yeah.
And then I would slide that under the magnifying glass where the special writing was.
Okay. It's very big underneath that magnifying glass, but it still seems to be the same thing. What are you looking for specifically, Daisy?
I'm just going to see if these are the books that are missing.
These books definitely look like the one you fold over and it says a treatise on the postulations of the potential empire known as Ammur, the Lost Kingdoms.
Since I'm like on Svigar's back, I suppose I'm gonna like grab one and then open his backpack and shove the book in, then grab another one. And if there's anything important in there, I'm just gonna like take it out and then put another book in there. Like I'm just gonna start loading them up with all the books.
Curiously, all the books have been removed from their spines.
That's what's just the papers
It's
loosely.
just the pages, yeah.
Is there like twine keeping them together, or is it just
Well,
loose sheet?
the books are all bound together, and then they bound into a spine. So these have had their spines all removed, and none of the spines are here, just the front pages and the back pages.
Right.
Is there a pattern that I can like? Is there any like notable relation to these texts that I can kind of make a general pattern out of?
These are all texts dealing with the Ammur Empire.
Just
Some are
someone just
translation
wanted to-
texts, some are diaries from sailors who sailed there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the thing I was talking about, just loading Svigar up
Trying to-
with as many
You can
papers as I
probably
can.
get 3 big books into Svigart's backpack.
I have a backpack too.
All right. You
Okay,
guys can make a note. You have 6 books on Ammur.
I no longer have rations.
No, you no
Yeah.
longer have rations. Sylvie taps your shoulder, Mouse, and she looks
Yes?
at you with big, 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 deep eyes, and she says, I think they killed Goothby. And she points at the figure in the cage, and she says, that was his favorite necktie.
I'm very sorry. Who's Goothby?
Goothby was the one that Madame Telvani was going to go see. He was
He's
a
the
librarian.
librarian.
Oh. Well, Well, yeah. Do you want me to get him?
No, I
We
want
should
a
get out of here.
hug. And she hugs you.
We should go check and see if he's
Yes.
still posing as Goothby.
We should go to the other students because he might be in there with them.
Well,
At this
they
point,
are going to the
I'll-
scribe place, so yeah.
Yeah, but let's go to
Is
the
it-
scripture place.
At this point, I'll take out the letter that I took from Madame Telvani's office, the one from the librarian, telling her to stop asking about the books on
Yes.
Ammur. Seeing them all here, I sort of put it down on the table and I say, I think maybe this librarian has been covering something up, such as his squandering of the books on Ammur. Perhaps this person is more dangerous than we let on.
He is
All
a
of you can roll a
shapeshifter.
luck check. Oh.
11.
2.
Not much from Daisy. Mouse?
Nine.
Oh, me
nice.
too.
Yeah, everyone. All of you can make a luck check.
Oh, sorry. I already feel so lucky with Sylvie.
Well, not yet. It's first a dinner and a movie.
Oh, honors
Why did
you.
she sound like Sean Connery all of a sudden?
cannot die,
that's
McLeod.
That's an 8.
An 8.
Swim in the canal.
All right. As you put the note down that has told Madame Telvani to basically stop asking for information about the Ammur Kingdom, you see that there have been some handwritten notes on this table, and the handwriting is identical.
Okay. I'm going to unhook myself from Svigurd's axe,
Good.
and I'm going to go over to Polgard, and I'm going to be like, Princess,
Help me. Hey, let's see if this individual is a shapeshifter like we suspect, or if this is just a minion.
All right.
Medical
Doing-
check.
7.
and I got a 6.
Okay. You slice gingerly into the body, but you're going to have to give me an obscure lore check. No one's heard from the shifters in a long time.
Ooh, 11.
12.
There was a test to determine if someone was a shifter or not, and that was to take their blood and separate it from their body. If it turned into a strange bluish greenish liquid, they were a shifter, or just had greenish bluish blood. But usually it was an indicator that they're a shifter.
I do that.
It remains very Satyrian red.
Okay. I stand up and I said, the shifter is still out there.
It's probably posing as Goothby. All right, we need to get back to the students.
Yep.
No more diddle-doddly.
Uh,
Run. I grab Sylvie's.
Before that, before we sprint off randomly, Svigurd says, can shifters transform into more than just humanoid creatures? Can they turn into, I don't know, crocodiles or dogs or gators?
Otters?
Bipeds mainly.
bipedal creatures.
Okay,
Mainly.
cool.
Well, that's
All
the
right.
rumors
All right.
anyway. I mean, they're on their own little island far away from everyone, so...
All right, cool.
So we need to
no
get to
worry.
the second floor.
Okay. As you guys are leaving, I go,
Mouse, can I have a moment with my Hierophant, please?
So
Yes.
what do you know?
Just
Yes, sure.
1
Whatever.
minute. I
I'm going to
start,
take Spiegert and Sylvie ahead.
I start taking off my leather armor.
You shan't be so reckless. What am I going to do without you? I can't even write anything down.
And I put my leather armor on you and I start to do it up.
Don't do anything silly again.
And I pat his nose gently. I boop him.
Yes,
and,
yes,
and
Boop the snoot.
I boop
I'm-
Snoot.
I'm very happy that you hold us back because I have a question. I think Sylvie might be a shapeshifter. She behaved very strangely, like no Ottawin woman has ever behaved such like her around me, and I feel like We are in grave danger.
All right, this next part will be difficult.
I hand him a knife and I say,
You're going to have to cut her gently and remove a little bit of her blood from her body. If it turns blue, we know.
Okay, Master. Yes.
Good luck. I'll
Thank
distract
you.
her.
All right. You gonna do this while you're all still in the alley, in the sewers, I should say?
sure. So I don't have my leather armor anymore mechanically.
Right.
Till and the shield.
Yes.
Michael, you have that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
All right.
I am
Yeah.
now naked. Or well,
Wow.
I now have my simple clothes.
There you go.
Naked
No,
beige
don't.
covered
That would
otter.
be
Is as me and the princess are a little bit ahead. Does Sylvie say anything while we're moving?
She's being very ponderous. She's thinking quite deeply.
The silence is very different for you, Sylvie.
With pardon, Your Majesty, I have a lot to think about. There's a lot going on in my mind, and I'm to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what it is that I should be thinking, considering everything that I've seen so far. But
is it Mouse?
Yes. What? No. Why?
Is it
Why would you think it
Mouse?
was Mouse? It was not Mouse. I mean, that's just because he came and saved my life
Good
and
old
risked his
Sylvie.
life in order to be able to save me, and then he came and he saved me, and he killed the big bad all
Sylvie,
on his own, and he
Sylvie.
braved everything and just came and
Brave.
saved me.
Mouse is a good gentleman. A bit of an idiot, but you have to look at who his master is. He'll take his cues from him. But he's a good man.
And as far as I can tell, an honorable one would never stab you in the back.
You're a monster, Michael.
Sylvie, why don't you take a look at these texts that I just made? Can you read these?
And I tried to distract.
Oh yes, of course I can read those. There's an absolute. Well, actually, I can't read these. This is very curious. What kind of language is this written in?
I will
I'm gonna have to
carefully
look at it.
poke her with the knife in the back. Just enough to draw some blood and to quickly pull it back. I would like to do it as a kind of a sleight of a hand check.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check.
If she noticed she's
Yeah,
I have
I
been
would do
stabbed.
I would do it and then try to quickly step next to the princess so that it looks like someone else has stabbed her.
Speaker did it.
Whilst in the dark sewer. All right.
I will re-roll that. Yeah, that's better.
It's your ability, your trait. that
Yeah,
allows
it's my
you to
ability.
roll.
Never
I
stab
can-
you in the back.
I can re-roll a sleight of hand check.
Can you imagine he actually messes up and actually really stabs her? She bleeds out.
So that's an 11.
Non-lethal damage.
She barely even notices. She just turns to you with this big dreamy smile smeared across her whiskers, and then kind of looks at Princess Iona in a little bit. She's not sure what happened.
I wink at her.
Yeah, she's completely confused. She has no idea what's going on. You doing what with the dagger? Because you're currently holding that, I assume, behind your back, not
Yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. I will move over and try to. Master, here you go.
We should keep moving, I should say. Onward, princess, lead us into the charge of the great depths of...
Spigot, get in the front.
And
I will get in the front, and yeah.
I will wait and see if
I'm gonna smack the water every once in a while because I'm aware that there are crocodiles down here.
Absolutely. You're making your way through this. I'll go to the map. We really don't need it at the moment. So yes, you're making your way through these sewers with your various light colors happening. You look at the blood under the green light. It looks vaguely black.
I change it to white light.
It changes to white light. All right. As you change to white light, it glows with that wonderful, slightly pink glow of Otto color.
I nod at Mouse and she's fine. I say, good work.
What do you mean? But why is she then behaving that way?
She's some sort of enchantress, probably. You should watch your back. They're usually trying to sink their claws into you.
Oh my god.
Maybe I should talk to the princess about this. You are an all-knowing, mighty god, but I think this might be something that I better talk to the princess.
Who are you going to believe? The widower of plagues? Or the Skandergaard princess? It's a trick question. It's obviously me.
Yes, master. Yes, master. Svigard, do you need assistance up front?
Svigard says, of course.
You
Oh my
slowly make
lord.
your way out of the sewer, past the large lake, climbing up the grates, back into that awfully destroyed canteen. Where are you heading now?
I'm going to head. We sent all the students up to the second floor. I believe it was the scripture room, right?
The scriptorium, correct.
Yeah, scriptorium. So I'm going to head that way.
I'm salving myself as we're moving, if that's possible.
It is possible. You can do that on the fly, absolutely. Okay, so you're heading up to the scriptorium. Not a problem.
How old is Sylvie?
Sylvie, well, I'll wait for chat to let me know how old Sylvie is, and then I'll give you some feedback on that one.
Sorry, just
It's
real
a
quick. Is there
risky
an
move, you
armory
know.
in?
I'm going to make
Is there
sure she
an-
knows.
Is there an armory in the Carnbari Wizards Conclave?
There are several museums which contain armor, but not in the traditional sense of armory.
Okay, are there any of these museums on the way to where we're the scriptorium?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Svigard says, if we intend to confront the librarian, perhaps we should make a quick stop beforehand. For safety and protection, princess.
Hmm.
Why not?
Yeah, I'll try to get to the to this museum thing. See if I can find some Ottoman royal armor or some such.
Sure. Most of it is abandoned. Everyone has locked down. I mean, it is now well past midnight. Anyone who is not aware of this is definitely sleeping. So, yeah, it's very, very quiet. You walk past an old armory, the Haspian Memorial Wing contains an armory with armor dedicated to the last 300 years of Haspian armor. Are you looking for something specifically?
Ottoman-sized armor and weapons and things.
Give me a luck check.
Come on, buddy. Listen, I know you haven't agreed with me. 10.
One time.
10 is above the number that I rolled. You find a very, very pretty set of Haspian breastplate and helmet.
Will Haspian breastplate fit us?
Not
or-
Haspian, Ottoman breastplate and helmet. Apologies.
Ah, fantastic. I'm going to take off my scale mail,
Sure thing.
and I'm going to give it to Mouse. I say, actually, I see Mouse is wearing the leather armor from Daisy. It sort of looks a bit weird. I'm sort of hand it to him, then stop. Then I hand it to Daisy, and I see his like bare-chested body, which is like almost plague-ridden, and I give it back to Mouse. I will then don the breastplates and the like. And is there a shield as well?
Yes, there is. There's multiple different types of shield. Heavy
Cool.
shield, medium shields, and light shields. You can go as you
Sweet.
choose.
I will return Daisy's shield and gain and take my own shield back. Take one of the shields off the rack. And I said, okay, let's go punch a librarian.
Do
I
you have
will
grace?
take the scale mail and hand it over to Sylvie, because I want to wear my master's armor.
I bless you.
Sylvie
Gesundheit.
looks at the scale mail. You want me to come into? You want me to go into battle with you, Mouse? Is that what you're offering?
No.
Is your
I just want you to be safe. Put it on. It will protect you. I don't want you to follow us wherever we are going, but you will
don't
be.
want me to follow you wherever you're going?
I will be coming back for you, surely. But right now, we need you to protect the other students. So please put it on and take some of the weapons that you can find here.
I understand, absolutely. I will be your shield maiden. I completely understand. You can completely trust in me, Mouse. I will look after all of the students. You have nothing to fear. And when you come home, the hearth will be warm.
Maiden.
What does that mean? Am
You're
I now a
asking-
knight?
You asking Daisy or you're asking her? That's the question.
I'm just general direction. Whoever answers first.
What did you ask?
I have now a shield maiden, she said. Am I now a knight? What does this mean?
The shield maidens are honorable warriors who travel around with honorable knights, bearing, of course, their coat of arms in the form of armor and shields. He says as he click. It's great honor, suitable for someone as you.
Day ever. I have my master's armor. I have a shield maiden.
I'm ready to go. Where are we going?
I'm gonna pull Daisy or Sylvie aside and give her the talk.
I'm also going to pull Mouse aside and give him the talk. No, it's-
I love this, like the end of the world, and we're giving them the sex
No, no, no,
talk. Like the
I'm-
two teenagers,
I'm
like
going to give.
use protection.
I'm going to give. As she's doing that, I'm going to give Svigert my. Do you have Grace Elf?
I do.
I do not have Grey Salve.
I hand you my last of my charges of that, so you have some. And it has
Thank
one
you.
charge left.
Now, I'm asking this just because I know who's handing it to me. Is it in some sort of receptacle, or are you just handing me a lump of gray?
Yeah, no, you like I open your hand and I like into your hand. Wipe it on your skin. And I walk away. Nope, nothing. That's it. That's all you get. You just saw me wipe it on myself, so you could actually see like
Yeah,
the crust
I
of the gray on my wounds
Oh
are
my
healing.
gosh.
yeah, I know what it is. I'll look around and see if there's like a water skin or something like in the museum.
Right,
and
we
just,
need
Pouch.
to go.
yeah, I'll just squeeze it into like into a pocket.
Oh, gross.
Sylvie absorbs your advice like a sponge. She is super eager to begin her new life as Shield Maiden of Mouse. It is, for her, it's this whole magic thing, if one thing she's realized. And this is, she's telling you, of course, in the space of a few seconds. This has been leading to this particular point in her life. That's the only way she can rationalize what's been going on in terms of the death and destruction that has followed in the wake of the arrival of yourself and Svigert and Lord Daisy and Mouse.
Guy,
You can
just
see
a
she's bought into the whole thing.
Wonderful.
quick question, just as Mitch as a player is curious. Has she potentially bought into the Widower of Plagues? You know, because I was the one who portended this entire madness, and I said that she, I just did something to put out there, something to think about.
I also did warn her that he's an idiot, so.
You'll have to ask her directly, but at the moment, she will follow Mouse. So that's
I'm following you, Master, so
that's-
don't you
yeah,
worry.
Yeah. So that's where we find ourselves. You continue through the very empty corridors of the school until you hear a very familiar sound. Bah! Coming from down the corridor near the door of the scriptorium. And you can see standing outside is the head of faculty, Ledrum, and several of the students looking very nervous. And as you approach, you can see Ledrum sort of stepping forward slightly. I say, who goes there? Ah,
It is I, the princess,
which one?
Aona, the
Ah.
otter.
Ah, yes, that one. Yes, the not a student one. Right, you are. What's the password?
I don't know, I've been dealing with a problem. I need you to stab yourself. Not hard, I just need to see your blood.
Perhaps, maybe, Princess, it is best for communications to explain why you wish for such a thing.
I need to make sure you're you.
Ah, what?
There is a method to see if you have shapeshifted this creature that has been killing your faculty. The librarian, Lady Talvani, it can assume any bipedal form. The only way to determine if you're you is you must cut yourself and remove the blood from your body. If you do not do this, we will assume that you are the shapeshifter.
Doesn't have to be a lot, just pick your finger.
Tiny little bit,
Just a little one.
just a bit.
Just a bit.
Can he actually see us from? Can we see each other from where he's talking to us from?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the corridor is fairly well lit.
I will also have Spigot step forward and say, as a sign of trust, he takes his axe blade and runs it across his hand, and then shows the red blood, sort of, or the pink blood, or whatever color blood otters have.
Right, I understand. Right. Good.
Do you need a blade?
No. Ha! I have one here. Never fear, never fear, never fear. I know what to do. Shapeshifter, you say?
Yes.
That's tricky.
Now.
Right. Well, he pulls
Do
out a
it,
little
it's
paper
starting.
knife and he sort of stabs it at the end of his finger. And this little pool of very red blood forms. See?
On the floor.
Remove
Oh,
it from your
right.
body.
He flicks it onto the floor. Everybody looks down. There's a peal of thunder in the distance, lightning flashes, and it's very, very, very red. Ah, see? Told you I'm not a shapeshifter.
Oh,
I like my shape. I don't need to shift. Wahaha. That's a little
magic. I'm just gonna see if he just did any illusions. Just just
joke.
gotta
Just the paranoia. Yeah.
just 8. Yeah,
8.
just an 8.
Yeah, no, there was no illusion. Well, there is an illusion, actually, but it's not on the blood.
Where is it?
On his head.
It's his toupee.
You're not entirely sure what it is, but there's a lot of magic, a very weak magic, just concentrated over the top of his head.
Is Gooseby inside?
No, I believe, I don't know where Goothby is. Why? Why should we know where Goothby is? He's probably in his library.
He's dead.
He's been dead for a few days now.
Well, then why would he be here?
Have you seen him in the last 4 days?
No, you said he's been... Wait a minute. I have seen him, actually. As a matter of
Exactly.
fact. He was telling us this morning that the library is now being closed for renovations due to the weather. Ah,
Have you seen the leader
wonder
of
how
the
he did
Funky?
that if he's dead.
Because it wasn't him, he was a shapeshifter. Have you seen Xylus?
The headmaster?
Yes.
No, he's been away for a few days in his rooms doing whatever it is that he's doing.
We're going to the library. Let's go.
Yes.
We
Going to
should
the
check the
library.
students list. Check on everyone. Make them all stab their hands.
Ah, yes. He turns around. All right, students. All of you draw a weapon. You're going to stab yourselves.
Just prick your finger, flick the blood, and if it stays red, you're good. And if you see someone whose blood is not,
Quack.
go away from them.
There's a very leafy hand that gets raised.
Is it a sapper?
It is. My blood is white.
Well, then it won't be green or blue, right?
No, but it won't be red.
You'll be all right. It's a sapper.
It
Farewell.
Shifts back.
Insulting.
Farewell.
New word.
You are heading to where now exactly?
The
The
library.
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 All right, you start marching as fast as you can towards the library.
Spigot is very proud, by the way, wearing the full battalion armaments.
Yes, absolutely. It has a very nice shine on it too, which is very, very comforting because it's been
think we
kept
should get
so
headmasters.
pristine and so well. All of you make awareness checks, please.
Which I now have a -2 to because
Whoa.
I'm wearing armor.
Yes.
12.
12 is fine. There's a 7.
13.
13, Mouse, you see it first. What did you get, Daisy?
7.
Sorry, and Iona?
I got 12.
12. The two of you see it first. There is this little mote of light which drifts in front of the four of you as you're marching forward. At the same time, Mouse, there is a little bit of pressure on your tail from behind you. Do you look at the mote of light or do you look at the pressure on your tail?
Assuming that I'm not last walking towards the library, I would still look at the mote of light.
All right. The mote of light just drifts very slowly in front of you. And then suddenly, yes, Daisy?
Oh, never. I was going to counter that, whatever that was, but I can't. I don't even know it's there.
You can. You've seen it now.
Oh, I'm
So
gonna
you can
shut
take
that
an
down. Whatever that is, I'm shutting it down.
Before it explodes.
Throw
Yeah.
some magic at it.
I'm just gonna unweave it.
That's what you're gonna try and do.
I'm going to throw up a shield. 12.
12.
Oh, no, plus
Oh,
5.
sorry.
17.
No, is that a 5 or a 2? That's
That's
a 2.
2 on your dice.
My bad. 8.
8.
I have a 17 to throw up a shield.
All right, you throw your
This thing
shield
explodes.
up. Your 8, as you try and counter this, whatever this thing is, you don't even have a clue as to how the magic is working, so it doesn't do anything. You throw up a shield. From behind you, Mouse, you hear...
I would turn around.
Sylvie's standing there with her arms open. You are going into battle, and it is up to me to say and bid you farewell and to wish you good luck and to tie my scarf around your blades that you might bring luck upon our house, so that you return a victorious hero, the hero that I know that you are, the hero that you are, the hero that you promised to be. Do you remember your promises?
She's giving you her colors.
Okay, thank you. I will go over and hug her
All right.
quickly.
She ties this cloth tightly around the base of your crossbow. You probably should want to get a sword at some point. That's much more heroic than wielding a crossbow. I'm just saying, I'm not judging you or anything. I'm not trying to change you before anything happens, because I know that I can't really change you, but I'm saying that if you were to change towards the sword, it would be much more
Sylvie.
heroic for your statue.
That crossbow means a lot to me.
I
and
completely understand. We can hang it on the fireplace above the mantle for a while.
Okay,
Sylvie,
thank you.
Sylvie. That is, he's a bowman, and they are very honorable.
Okay. We'll hang
I
the
don't know
sword
if you've
above the
seen
fireplace.
many.
The moat bursts into existence. Your shield flickers briefly, and Truffle is standing there. He looks as if he has been beaten 6 days from Tuesday. He has an open wound on the side of his face. His eyes are blackened. His cheeks are shot with veins. He staggers momentarily, looks at the 4 of you. Well, at least I made it. I think you should go to the library, he says as he drops to his knees.
I catch him.
I douse him in grey salve.
Just pouring buckets of grey salve onto him that you...
I remove some of his blood just like casually, like put it on the wall and see what happens.
Oh, you put it on the wall. It's absolutely red. He definitely looks human. As he looks up, you can see that there's damage. A lot of it is physical damage. Absolutely. He's got puncture wounds on his shoulder. Like big puncture wounds where
Like
his
the
shoulder
barbs?
should have been bigger than the barbs.
Ooh.
But most of his damage seems to have been magic damage that he has sustained quite heavily from trying to use magic and being defeated.
Is there a way?
use
So
of
I'm
his
worried
magic.
about him casting something else and it failing. Is there a way? Because I know there's not much healing to transfer mental, like
he's just
magic
gonna
from
have
one
to
to another.
he's just going to have to sleep. He has
Okay.
to rest. And it doesn't look like he's going to resist that either. As he's sort of leaning back, you're trying to put salve on him, he says, "It's faster than it looks." And then he passes out.
I'm going to like Sylvie. Take him back to Professor Ledrum and take care of him.
Sylvie looks at you, Mouse. "I have to go." And then she runs over to the Truffle and starts to... Ledrum comes running over. He doesn't look very good. We'll look up. Sylvia, continue moving him in. Thank you very much.
Wait. Is this one bleeding on his hand since there might be 2 of them running around?
You look at his hand. Yes, you can see that there's this little bead of
Just
blood.
making sure.
Paranoia. Yep. My favorite.
He came back to
Paranoia.
finish him off.
There is lightning and thunder. And then the thunder seems to change because it doesn't stop. And it starts to build in this warbling sound. And for a moment, you are convinced it sounds very similar to a bull walrus as it's bellowing just before it goes into combat. Only it sounds like the walrus is a lot bigger than the usual 1-ton bull walrus that you are familiar with. And we'll be back tomorrow to finish off the adventure. Thank you all for playing and participating. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves. Did you guys have fun? I mean, I don't know. There seemed to be lots of laughter and smiles going on.
Yeah, no, it was so much fun.
They're working towards getting him laid.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. I
Dating
like that.
simulator. We're forgetting all this adventure stuff.
I still think the headmaster is completely uninvolved. I mean, maybe.
But that's where Truffle went. He went to see the headmaster. He teleported there.
Right, but I mean, like, this creature can be any of these people. So, yeah, it could be the headmaster, but it also could be anybody else. So, really,
Headmaster also might be dead.
And Truffle's last words, second to last words were, head to the library, which,
Headmaster could head that way.
You're on your way there already?
Yeah. On our way there.
Yeah.
It's faster than it looks.
Faster
real
than
quick.
it looks. I have no idea what to do with that information. I'm like, can we be faster than we look? Is that
It's a gelatinous cube.
It's a jello. Oh no.
Yeah, so need to research the haste spell. How to haste my dude.
Yes.
It's an enhancement. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It would be. So there we are. Chat seemed to have a great time, and hopefully you guys did. Mouse, how do you feel about this whole romance being foisted upon you? Is it too much? Do you want me to pull back? Because I'd be happy to do that too.
No, that's fine. For Mouse, this has been an emotional roller coaster ride today because he found his love. He found a shield mate, obviously. And then she tried to take away his crossbow, which is a no-go for him. But I think he has to cope with that situation. He's pretty happy.
He's pretty happy at the moment, yeah. Okay, that's good to hear.
Very
and
confused.
How is Till the player?
Till the player is absolutely fine with it. It has been great fun. Right. How's Inky with it?
Well, yeah, that's the question. There's lots of
Inky's
notes
been very
going
excited about it, I think. I've been seeing her posting about it. It's really cute.
Yeah, so, lots of joy, lots of happiness. Someone's predicting the headmaster is pinned to his bedroom wall, sacrifice style. It might very well be the case. We'll have to go and find out tomorrow. Anyway. All right, lovely. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we will be back tomorrow when we continue. And I pressed that button beforehand because I'm an idiot. And now I don't even know what the stream is doing anymore. I think it's still all... Anyway, bye everybody. Have a great time.
Bye.
Wouldn't have been a show without it, right?
Bye.